got one for you. Hear what happened to the guy that created Knock Knock jokes? He won the Nobel Peace Prize. No? You didn't like that one? I got another one. One more, and then we'll do like professional stuff here. Okay. Why did the farmer lose track of his cows? Because he didn't have a calculator. Huh? A little smirk? Come on. That one got me, man. That one got me. Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat, everybody. Happy Tuesday. How we doing out there? Hope you're having a good day. All is well. Welcome back. What happened, man? I leave you guys for 2 days. And we're right back where we started. We're going to cover all that here today on the show, of course. You can see the stock market off to your right-hand side of the page there. Doesn't this look beautiful behind you? Like, it's not a green screen. People always say, like, it must be a green screen. No, it's real. But are you ready for this? Hold on tight. That is the magic that cameras can do, because that's what the studio looks like right now. It is in shambles. Look at it. We're just tearing everything apart. We are officially moving, so get used to seeing a little bit of mess while we transition to our new offices and physically take apart this whole thing and put it all back together, and maybe a little extra stuff along the way. Hey, if you're a client and you missed our class last week, Wine and Wealth was on when exactly to rebalance. We went over the stats and everything on that rather than giving my personal opinion. Really good. I thought there was a lot of interesting stuff there. So you go into the dojo, you log in, and all is good. Also, if you're a client, you can now use the dojo to make deposits, withdrawals, link bank accounts, delink bank accounts, reverse deposits, whatever you want to do. You have a whole transactions page in there, so we're very super excited about that. As for the stock markets here today, how do you just reverse course after one day? Yesterday, so you know, if I'm not here, I'm not far. I was paying very close attention. And plastered all over CNBC was the markets sell off on renewed fears of the Delta variant, right? So we're all concerned about this. Today, markets recover. What happened? We all of a sudden just not scared anymore? Like, if that was the reason yesterday? Well, you guys know what the deal is there. It's not because all of a sudden we somehow did a poll and found out that everybody's scared of the virus. No, it was because of the stocks that led you here were pulling back. In particular, Apple. It decided to pull back. It was a pretty good drop over the last 3 days. That had led us higher in the stock market there, and it now was weighing us down. Amazon, Facebook, you could throw in NVIDIA in there as well. We mentioned the other day, it's kind of ranking like 6th, 7th place, right? All those stocks took a break. They all pulled back. All great pullbacks, in my opinion, and that's what you have. So earlier in the day, I thought this was interesting, that the reason for the rally, supposedly, was because the UK chief scientific advisor, he said 60% of all COVID cases 60% of all hospitalizations, those were people that were fully vaccinated. Well, that'd be a reason to be concerned if those are the kind of stats you're looking at. Later, when the market was falling, he goes, all right, well, actually, I'd like to clarify those numbers. It's actually less than 40% of all hospitalizations were people that were fully vaccinated over the pond. The CDC later came out and said, no, he was mistaken. It's actually more like 19%, and it's probably lower than that. So gives you renewed hope that hopefully people that are, getting vaccinations are not ending up in the hospital. You, of course, want that to happen, but that's how the market was responding. So I don't know what the numbers are. I don't know what the real story is there, but nonetheless, you got a stock market that recovered itself. The buy the dip mentality, as we just keep saying over and over again, still reigns true, right? So we talked about a pullback happening in the market. It would be a buyable pullback, maybe a little sooner than a lot of us were hoping for there. But that's what you have, at least for now. We've got earnings out, and it's going to be a volatile couple weeks because next week is the second busiest week in earnings. The week after that will be the busiest week as far as earnings releases go. But if we look at the S&P 500, still in first place year to date, sitting at about 15% today. Mainly just a reversal day. Every sector was basically in the green almost all day long. Like I mentioned, you have Apple. I didn't mention Microsoft, right? Microsoft pulled back ever so slightly there and got a little bit of a bounce here today. They were the biggest contributors really after kind of minor pullbacks there. I mentioned NVIDIA. Did finish down on the day, actually. So their split was effective. Yeah, everything's updated. 4-for-1 split there, and that was kind of the news for NVIDIA today. And Philip Morris, which actually didn't have too bad of an earnings report there. They were one of the weak spots if you're looking in the S&P. I'll go over to the Russell 2000. Easily the leader today. 3% gains for the Russell 2000. This is that buyable pullback. Mentioned it every day last week talking about, hey, look at the Russell, look at the Russell, look at the Russell. Pulling back to the bottom of the range, at least that's where it stands right now. It got a little bit of a oversold kind of a bounce there. It's in first place today, hands down. Year to date, still in last place. Yeah, 12% year to date there. Today's all about Malibu. Well, there was a lot of stocks in there, but there's 2 stocks that we own, Malibu Boats. You got a nice breakout back above the 50-day moving average there. We had taken 0.5% off Malibu earlier in the year. I think it was February. It was too early. We reduced our position by about 0.5%, just a little bit too early. And the other stock falls in a similar category. That would be MarineMax. Had a great day there if you're looking in the Russell 2000. We remain at a 3% allocation on MarineMax, which is pretty much nominal for us, right? That's right around the range as far as our small cap fund goes. If you're looking at Ollie's Bargain Outlets, I've only been to one ever. They got a lot of good things going on with them fundamentally. If you ever look deep into a stock, this is not one that a lot of people look at, but I do. They got a lot of good things going on here. We happen to own this stock. Breaks out today, looking a little bit better. Like I said, there's a lot going on that's, I think, very positive for them. However, the stock really is not all that exciting. So we're hoping today is the start of that getting going, hopefully, if you will. All right, if we look at the Dow, all right, second to last place year to date is where we're at there, 12.5%, very close to being in last place again. Point out a couple things. I just go Boeing for you. You got an oversold bounce going on with Boeing. Love that kind of pattern there if you're a short-term, mid-term kind of trader. Goldman Sachs, great reversal there, up 3%. Financials did well today, no arguing there. We happen to own Honeywell. Got a nice reversal on Honeywell, and I'll save that one for stocks in the news, but obviously that was a helpful one, the third biggest contributor in the Dow. And speaking of the Dow, we didn't announce our winner yesterday, so we've got a new winner to talk about from last week, and then if you want to play, Cody will tell you more. Let's see what we got.
We got our winner from last week was Mr. Aaron Valentino with a guess of $34,680 even. He is not a client, so he'll be getting a $100 gift card. If you want to play, you can go to jazzwealth.com/guessthedow. Get your guesses in by Saturday, and you can play next week. So congrats to him. We'll be reaching out to him to get him that gift card. We got our winners, or our leaders this week. We got Victor, Hannah, Zachary, John, and Dennis. What's funny is the last time we saw this leaderboard, Victor was actually in first place. That was last Thursday. So he's in first again today. And then actually Hannah and John seem to be related. So that's kind of cool too.
Is that Victor like our Victor?
Our Victor? Yeah, that would be our Victor.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know what just happened there, but something made a weird noise. Anyways, if you want to play, go for it. Have a good time with it, and you got a chance to win a $100 gift card. No strings attached. I want to point out Bitcoin. Got a breakdown here. First breakdown under 30,000. That's actually closed under 30,000 since like January. That's I think that's your first close under 30,000 for the year. Actually, yeah. January 1st. It looks like. Anyways, got a nice little breakdown there in Bitcoin. If you're looking for your pullbacks, so you like that sort of idea there. That's cool. Now it's 52% or 53 or so percent off of its high now, right? That would normally scare the devil out of most people to see a stock or any kind of asset pull back 52%, but that's actually just a little bit worse than average. The average pullback for Bitcoin through its life expectancy is actually 47%. So it's just normal for this thing to move as much as it does. Now, I was doing a little research, and I got some good news for you. Bitcoin itself, here we go. So these are pullbacks off of highs. We're measuring how far off of the highs the Bitcoin actually fell. The average is getting tighter and tighter. So we're currently down 52. This hasn't updated for today, but let's call it 53% off highs. Average is 27% if you look over the last 5 years. If I zoom out to the last, now it would be 7 years, you're still right there. So while the lifetime average pullback is about 47%. It's getting tighter. That's good news for Bitcoin people out there because you want to see less volatility in something that you hopefully want to use as a currency there. So maybe that's something to pay attention to. By the way, overseas, we found out that the exporting of Swiss watches has made it back to pre-COVID levels. So apparently people are buying those Swiss watches there. Let's go to sector breakdowns here. Every sector finishing in the green today. A couple things to point out. Healthcare, didn't hit a new high. Almost hit a new high there. HCA Hospitals kills it on earnings. Great breakout there. Biden, actually, got to give credit to the man for this one. I'm going to hear the end of this. I'm never going to hear the end of this. I'm just kind of passionate about knowing the price of stuff, right? And so where else you call your vet and you're like, hey, my dog's got this problem or whatever, and they go, well, we think this is what it is. We'll do some tests. Okay, what's that going to cost? And they don't know. They don't tell you. Well, give me a ballpark, right? There's none of that. So Biden actually wants to increase. I think Trump started it. So if you're a Trump fan, great. If you're a Biden fan, that's cool too. But we're going to expand the penalties on hospitals that do not publish their pricing, which I think is a great thing. So it doesn't matter to me who the president is on that one. I would say that is a good move. If you're going to regulate something, to me, we should know what the price of stuff is, right? You want to be able to shop around. Every other thing you can do besides healthcare seems to be that. Now, HCA hospitals, they don't really care. They already publish pricing, so you can put in your insurance and everything. So this doesn't really affect them. Also, the reason for such a big jump today, I read through the whole earnings report. Revenue per new admission was supposed to be up 4%. So the overall revenue per new admission, supposed to be about 4%, came in at 27%. That's pretty impressive there. So HCA Hospitals moving to new highs. Johnson & Johnson, don't know if you like this sort of thing, but it's about 9% of the healthcare sector. They're considering a rather shady business move here, where, I don't know if you know, but in the baby powder, there's a whole cancer lawsuit. I think there's over 10,000 people suing them at the moment. It could be more than that. At one point, it was 10,000. And so Johnson & Johnson's like, darn it, yeah, we made a mistake. We're going to have to pay out a lot of money. What if we took that division and we put it into a new division that's failing, and then we file bankruptcy? Ooh. Boy, that's a little bit shady there, because you have a lot of people that would now be suing that division, not Johnson & Johnson, and maybe not getting any money there. So that's a tough one there for them. That's probably one you'd see some comments on, whatever. But Pfizer breaking out. Just to stick with healthcare here for a little bit. If you look at that, it's not normally one that's known for being exciting, but today it broke out, so it's a little exciting. And AbbVie is hinting at breaking out. It's up 0.5% today. You can see it, right? Equal sort of highs there. All is good. Moving over to industrials. If we look at industrials, a great recovery. There's just a sharp reversal of everything. A couple names that stick out as far as stocks that we own. Spirit, Aerosystems, SPR is a ticker symbol. Great reversal off the 200-day earnings coming up on August 4th, so be careful there if you are participating. Real estate, you can imagine doing well. Back to highs. Well, I mean, kind of weird, right? You got rates basically sitting at highs. No sharp reversal there. What's going on? Bond market's trying to tell you something. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but I have a few guesses. Real estate, anyways, doing well on those lower rates, nearing highs again. A couple stocks that stick out. If you're clients, BXP, we happen to own this one's up 5% today. Still in a downtrend. It's an office space REIT, if you're familiar with these guys. Currently, it is pretty overvalued versus its competitors. So that's a bit of a negative there if you're looking there. Simon Property Group's also hit highs today. We own that one. It's in the 92nd percentile as far as current valuation versus history. So it was our best performing REIT in our REIT fund today. It's nearing a 5% allocation. There's good reason for us to scale that back a little bit. If you're looking around there, you've got ELS. That's also in our REITs today. It just hit new highs, man. We're looking to scale back on that one. We have just over 3% on that, and happy to be participating, of course. And speaking of other REITs moving to new highs here, Ventas hinting and making its breakout here today. It's currently our largest allocation in our REITs fund, and we don't really have any ideas of doing anything with it right now, because notice it's a very tight uptrend. Compare that to ELS. If you had to pick a stock to start taking profits on, would it be one that's very extended like this? Or would it be the slow and steady sort of tortoise game they have going on there? So I just want to point that out, a couple things. I'm going to try to start covering more of the positions that we own and the decisions that we're making, just to keep everybody updated on more of a real-time basis there. Okay, you got earnings. UBS killed it. I don't know if you're a UBS bank person, you've got an account there or whatever. They beat the highest analyst estimate by 40% thanks to investment banking, wealth management, asset management. Really good, right? 5%, so not too bad there. Can't complain. Halliburton beats by, well, just beats by like 3 cents. Had a decent day. Oil also trying to recover there from its decline, but finished basically flat in the electronic session there. Nonetheless, Halliburton puts up a slight beat if you're looking or happen to own that stock. Steel Dynamics, not one that gets a lot of headlines here. It's the most diverse steel company out there. So if you ever say, I feel like I want to invest in steel, never mind what Biden said today about how they want to put tariffs on them, let's just say you want to be in steel. You look at something like Steel Dynamics, it's the most diverse. They're expanding their metallic coating business, their steel coating business. They're looking to lower costs. They want to diversify their their client base as well. So that's something you might, that's just a little background on it. They beat by 3 cents there. They just continue to see their words were incredibly robust demand if you're paying attention. Philip Morris beats on earnings, missed on revenue. That seemed to be what everybody focused on. But cigarette shipments up 3.2%. That's a big move for one of the two that really sort of competes here. We were expecting like 1% or something. You get 3.2%. That is huge. I thought that was a good thing there, so I'm going to start assuming that this pullback may be kind of viable. I think what happened today on that one is who needs defense, right? When you got the market screaming here, who wants to go be in slow and steady? They want to go high-flying, fast stocks. I think that was a little bit of what was going on. J.B. Hunt in the transportation sector there, happened to own it there. They beat by 4 cents. Revenue's better than expected. Happy. I have nothing. That's one where you look at it and you go, yeah, everything about it. I loved it. I didn't have to dig too much further. IBM also reporting earnings beat by 4 cents, and they actually confirmed their guidance going forward. So everything looking sort of steady for them. They beat by 2 or 3 cents. Did I say 4 cents? They beat by 4 cents. So slight beat there. Synchrony Financial would be the last one if it's on the list there. Financials themselves did really, really well today. Synchrony Financial, a huge beat, but again, it's all the same stuff that we talked about last week. You're putting back loan loss provisions on your balance sheet that you had previously pushed aside. Well, that's the reason you're beating. So it's not new business or anything too exciting there. So that's that one there. Stocks in the news. Moderna. So Moderna is going to replace Alexion Pharmaceuticals in the S&P 500 tomorrow. If you are an index adjuster, index model portfolio builder. Honeywell, by the way, is that on the list? Yes, so we talked about Honeywell a minute ago. We happen to own it. It's joining the NASDAQ 100. So Honeywell, getting a little excitement there. That is also going to be replacing Alexion in the NASDAQ 100, by the way. Yeah, that was the news on that I wanted to cover. Apple. Great reversal here. Apple says 3 day. They had a plan. Come back to work. You can work 3 days here and the rest at home. They said we're going to delay that. You can stay at home till October because, well, in California the cases are rising. A lot of places cases are rising, and Apple's just making that move there. We mentioned J.B. Hunt already. We happen to own it, so I put it on the list twice for some reason. And Chubb up 4.2% on the day. They're buying back $5 billion worth of shares. Normally you're like, okay, you're going to buy back shares. Agree or disagree, whatever. That's what they're doing. But if you look at Chubb, that's almost 7% of the entire value of the company. That's a large buyback for them. So that one got a little bit of attention. And who else did I put on the list? Siri. Siri is buying back the equivalent of 8% of their entire business. They're buying back that many shares. $2 billion. I thought that was kind of a large one too. All right, we'll let the stream catch up here. I'll try to answer some of your questions, see what I can do there. Jeff Bezos went to space, sells $100 million in space tourism flights. Yeah, not yet. No, I don't want to go just yet. No, I don't know what it costs. I don't even really know what it costs, but I don't know. I need to see how do you handle an emergency landing. I need to see some emergency situations that come out clean and everybody's safe. And $3.5 trillion Congress wants to spend, and I believe, was it Chuck Schumer is trying to push everybody along and start getting this going. They haven't even wrote the bill yet. There's nothing to review by either side, Democrats or Republicans. So they are making progress on a bill that's not, how am I supposed to read something? $3.5 trillion, where? Where do you want to spend it? Give me some details. Nothing. There is nothing to read at the moment besides, a little bit over here, we'll spend a little over there. Can we talk about it a little bit? Can we just see where the money's going to go? Yeah. So I'm covering that kind of stuff just because it has to do with our money. And, well, there's a T in front of it. Trillions. So, there's going to be a lot of changes that would impact, of course, investments and taxes around investments. So I just want to stay on top of that. Love them or hate them. That's what we're going to talk about. Curious by your thoughts on the bond market. Just overreacting. Yeah, I think it's a slight overreaction there. In general, just over the here. It's helpful to see stuff. Slight overreaction. Technically, it's responding as the bond traders is like just like oil and stuff, very technically traded as far as the futures go. So you got the start of your pullback, but you notice it's nothing near what the market recovered. So you did not see the immediate reversal here. That's got to be a slight red flag in the short term there. I sound like I'm from Wisconsin. I've only been to Wisconsin once. Madison, Wisconsin. Yep. What would GME have to do here for you to justify their current valuation? Well, apparently now you're gonna add to that they're gonna have to be ahead of Netflix on whatever gaming they want to do. I mean, look, I get this. I bought this at GameStop, right? Did I? Yeah, I had to get it online because the store didn't have it and all that, and they were the only ones that had it. But nope, I don't see it. $55. That's where I would say, all right, I don't feel good about it, but that's probably where it should be. So anything under that would be even better. Moderna getting added to the S&P 500. I'm sorry, the S&P 500. So a lot of excitement wrapped around that. Tandra, that is them. Yeah. Subway will not be taking or plucking their tuna, so to speak. They said they're standing by it. They love their tuna sandwich. I'm not going to go try it and then see what I think. I'm going to wait to see what the outcome is. What percentage should you keep in cash and in an investment account? Well, it depends on what it is, right? If is it a trading account and you have, retirement and 401ks and savings and all the personal finance stuff, is that all over here? And you're saying, hey, I got a trading account and I'm just buying and selling for the month or for a couple weeks or something. Was it a long-term investment account, right? I think there's a lot of variables there. Yeah. I'm nowhere near, I don't think one visit for the weekend to Wisconsin counts as a cheesehead, but I do like cheese. What happened to the fancy event that you were going to wear pants to? Well, I still met with some people, but the person that was the group of people that were supposed to be there, apparently their private jet's windshield cracked and they could not leave their location to make it down, so we rescheduled. Yep. Oh yeah. You want to pray for some puts to come and play? We will see. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there and get back to construction here. We've got to clean up, tear some stuff down. We'll be back tomorrow, though. We'll do it all over again. I will wish you a good rest of your day, and let's see. You got earnings picking up steam as we go into the rest of the week here. Busiest day this week looks to be Thursday. And then next week, the busiest days are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so it'll be real busy then. And see what we get. Netflix, Chipotle all reporting here. Apparently everybody's eating Chipotle. That sounds good.